Sí, tostada Francesco, café negro, por favor. En,
Para francesas y café negro.
sí. Em, ¿Puedo tener una vaso de agua? Muchas gracias. Okay, we're live from Don Roger restaurant here in Uvita, Costa Rica, and the tides are almost at high. It's starting to recede now a little bit, but according to Magic Seaweed, the tide's a little bit high. But the view is beautiful this morning, and I just wanted to welcome everybody to the live, and I'll be flipping you over to the view in just a few seconds here. I just wanted to remind everybody I've got a really good video of this restaurant showing the view. I got some drone footage and things. That's linked below. I just wanted to throw the promo out for that. And speaking of drone footage, I did a really fun video of there's a landslide between Dominical and San Isidro, and it's been blocking traffic for about a month. They've been working on this project, and they're trying to stabilize the earth up on the hill. So that's why it's taking so long, because this has been a trouble spot for quite a few, I think probably for years here. So I did some drone footage of a different perspective of that, which was kind of cool. And I just want to give a promo to that. I was really happy with the video. It came out good, and it's very informative if you're in the area and you have to pass that way. It gives you a really good feel of what it's like. Sometimes you have to wait in traffic, sometimes you don't. In another video I've been working on, I did a short video about Playa Arco, but this past week, just a few days ago, I went down from Penuelas to Arco. That's how I go, and I shot a lot more extensively I actually used the camera that some people love it, some people hate it. The 360 cam, I happen to love it in moderation. It's got its place, but I shot some with the 360 and some with a normal GoPro, and I hiked through the woods to the other way of getting into Playa Arco, which is from the restaurant Aracari on the other side. So the hike was really extensive, going from the beach up to the restaurant. I had no idea it was going to be that long. So if it's a lot easier coming from Playa Penuelas to get to Arco, but more people probably go from the restaurant. But the restaurant it's got a gorgeous view. It's a really beautiful restaurant. But one of my local friends here was saying, sí, pero es muy caro. So it's expensive, probably because they've got a lot of security there, and there's some infrastructure there. I think they've even have a museum on location there. So I may be doing a live from that location. The Mirador there is beautiful. The view is really, really super duper beautiful. Jungle Journey in Costa Rica is tuned in. My friend Lisa from down in Puerto Jimenez. Buenos días, Wayne. ¿Cómo estás? Muchas gracias for the compliment them on the videos. She's my friend. She's always talking me up, so I appreciate that, Lisa. She's got her own channel, Lisa's Jungle Journey, and she also has a project. Muchas gracias. My cafe is a key. Muchas gracias. So Lisa's got a project going on down in Puerto Jimenez, and I always pronounce that wrong, like everything. I always try to say Puerto Jimenez. It's like I'm Yiddish or something, but she's down. I'll just say she's down in Puerto Jimenez, and she's got a project going on down there where she's building some casitas, and she moved. She was part of, I call it the Sarah graduating class of. Well, she was actually made the move in 2020. I didn't make it till 2021, but there was a group of us on a Facebook. There was a Facebook group from the person that we used to help us move, which was Sarah Elena, and of Costa Rica Chronicles. If they're going to be tuning in today, I don't know if they're there or not, but they're usually here. That's Brooke and Mike, and Lisa and I were were excited about moving to Costa Rica, and we were, we would talk about things together. And then when we finally moved here, we're still friends here. So they're my first connections here. They kind of came from, try not to say kind of, they came from the States with me. We all moved approximately at the same time. Lisa's more of a pro. She's been here a lot longer. And Brooke and Mike have had some more experience here, but I see Brooke and Mike quite a bit, but I don't see Lisa as much because she's way down there by the Golfo Dulce. I know how to spell it. It's just my pronunciation that really is tough. And Doug's tuning in from North Carolina, and nothing can be finer than to be in California. Yeah, California. It's still early. I haven't had my first sip yet. Nothing can be finer than to be in Carolina, except viewing the beautiful whale tail from Don Roger Restaurante. Boy, my brain cells are not kicking in like they should yet. First sip of coffee, it'll be this'll do it right here. And one thing I've been meaning to do that I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a time lapse of the view, but we don't have the gorgeous clouds that we do sometimes. But I'll set my GoPro up and do a little time lapse. It'll still be interesting. You see the shadows and things. And speaking of GoPro, I'm having a really big battle with my GoPro batteries. Muchas gracias. Agua. So I'm having trouble with my GoPro batteries. They pretty much just disintegrated. So I had to make the drive over to Perez Zeldin, San Isidro. And they're not this. Oh, I won't get into that, but I had to go over to San Isidro, and that's the only place I could find my GoPro batteries, and they're a lot more expensive here because there's the duty and things. But at least I could get them. But I had to make it's like a 1 hour drive over there to Extreme Tech, which is my computer place in San Isidro, my go-to place for anything to do with computers and electronics. Just gracias. And I had to get 3 new batteries because I had 5 batteries for this GoPro, and all 5 are just turned to crap within about a year, probably right outside the warranty thing. But I've got new batteries, so I've got new life. Now I've got some older GoPros that take different kinds of batteries, so I'm going to start my time lapse here. We'll see how long this battery does actually last. Let's see where we'll put that. So I'm doing a time lapse. It's not going to be as dramatic as it is when there's huge clouds, but it'll be interessante. And I'm looking over there. There's an orb weaver spider. So if you're watching, there's an orb weaver here. So one of the cool things about having a YouTube channel is every once in a while I'll run into somebody from that watches the channel, and they'll recognize me, and I'll look and I'll see them, and I'll say, I should know you, but I want to introduce it. Well, let's spill my coffee. I've got a couple special guests here today. I ran into these guys at El Mercado, and they let me know that they watch the channel. So this happens every once in a while. It's really cool. So I'm going to go see if these guys want to introduce themselves. And okay, so we've got some special visitors to Costa Rica Story Live.
I'm going to take off my glasses because I look sinister with them.
Okay, can you guys move in?
Hi, everybody. Sure.
Hey, my name is Mike. I'm originally from Ireland, living in the US, and got interested in Costa Rica through Ed's videos. And I decided to come down here to Uvita to catch up with him and do a bit of sightseeing. So, thank you.
And I'm Megan. I'm just along for the ride.
So yeah, we're here at Don Roger Restaurant, and you guys have ordered your breakfast. What are you guys
Yes.
having for breakfast this morning?
Típico.
Typico.
With con huevos.
Couple of typicos and beautiful view of the whale tail. Wait, I was gonna ask you how long are you guys in Uvita for?
Unfortunately, only until Friday. We wish we were here a lot longer.
In Uvita Friday, but and then you're going up to Alawea.
Yep, to Atenas.
So yeah, short time here, but they're gonna make the best of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
waterfall today. We hope.
It's snowing in New Jersey, by the way.
Yeah.
It's snowing in New Jersey. Yeah, it's always fun to see the weather back there when it's nice here.
Yeah.
Did you see the orb weaver here, the little spider?
No.
There's a lot of creatures here. There's between the little animals, and there's like usually a dog and a cat running around here. And buenos dias, dog. You made it. But there's usually, we've got Don Roger the rooster, and we've got the goats over there. There's usually a cat and a dog running around, a couple dogs, and we've got a orb weaver spider. I'm not sure if you can see the. I figured out how to go live with my GoPro, but I don't think you can see with a laptop.
Oh, you can make out the spider.
You want to get around this side?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll. I'm not sure if you can see the orb weaver or not. That might be a more interesting view with the orb weaver.
Yeah.
Monitor. Well, there's a little bit of a delay, so I don't know.
Oh, that's great. You can check oh, yeah. I see it. Yeah, I see him down there. I like him.
So my friend Dirk from Germany is really into spiders. He raises tarantulas and things. So I don't. If he's tuned in, that would definitely catch his attention.
Yeah.
And he was here for a few weeks, and he did a really good video about Costa Rica, kind of a documentary.
Oh, I think you mentioned that on one of your recent videos, right?
Yeah. Dirk's Wild World.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I always tell Dainier that I never had coffee until I moved to Costa Rica. It's like the stuff that I probably already gone through this spiel, but the stuff that I used to get in my office. I worked for your average corporation, and they have that cheap coffee that they give you, and it's like pencil shavings. Like, oh man.
Yeah, you never liked the coffee.
And we had a group of us. We called it our coffee club, and we'd get in. I think I mentioned this before. At 7:15 before work, we'd get together and we'd have coffee. And we'd usually bring in everybody would take turns bringing in their own special coffee, so we wouldn't have to drink the horrible stuff there. But even the special stuff we brought doesn't compare to, Yeah, my best friend makes coffee, and that's why I drink. I never thought it would be my wife. I had my best friend be the person that grows my coffee.
Yeah, especially
Yeah. And it's even better when his father makes it, because it's just when you go up there, he pours it like I shouldn't say that. Dainier and his father both make it the same, but it's just being up there at the plantation having it. It's just so awesome. And people always, even on the channel, they're always saying, "What's the real Costa Rica?" And when I'm visiting up there in his place, it's really not that far from Uvita, but it's so far removed from Uvita. It's just so peaceful up there. It's just a great way of life he's got. Plus, he even has Wi-Fi, so he's got the best of both worlds there.
What was your go-to beverage before coffee? Did you tea or water?
I drink. Yeah, I went through when I was younger. A lot of Pepsi was
Yeah,
a lot of,
that was me. Most of my life, I
Yeah.
drank tea, but
Yeah.
for all of my meals.
All
Now
for
I think
meals.
about it, I can't imagine that I did that. I never drank coffee until my 30s.
Yeah, I didn't discover coffee till later in life either. But yeah, I used to drink a lot of hot chocolate.
That's good too.
When
Especially
people-
when it's cool.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like talking to Daniel, who grows coffee, he's never been in an experience like really cold weather and having that coffee there. Coming in from the cold weather, and it's just such a great feeling. But it does get colder up there, as you know, higher altitudes. It's a lot more. It's not more comfortable up there, I think.
Do you do iced coffee much? Or say my most favorite iced coffee?
I don't make it myself, but I like to get it sometimes. And I'm trying not to have it with sugar as much. It's really good with sugar, but like some
Like most things.
yeah, Indomitos makes a pretty good. Yeah, I get cafe mocha fria.
That's the good one.
But yeah, I would like to figure out how to make it without sugar that would taste good. I don't know if that's possible. You would think you could make some kind of fruit juice with it. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's delicious. I love iced coffee. You need your own for a while.
I did, yeah.
It is fun.
I used to do some work for Starbucks, so I asked them what was the secret to iced coffee. There was no secret.
Just make it sweet.
Just make it sweet.
Yeah. Well, then you must have tried the classic Irish coffee. That's
It's tea.
yeah.
I was raised on tea.
See?
Yeah.
Oh, muchas gracias. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're the tour boats. The tour boats are usually the ones closer to shore.
Oh yeah, I see one heading out now.
Sometimes they circle in, and it's high tides, so I don't know if they're going to wait a little while to do it. It's a little tougher to load the boats right now because the way the waves are coming in. The waves look a little bigger today than they were yesterday. But at Pinwales, I was at Pinwales yesterday in on kayak, and the waves were really mellow.
Yeah. We went to Ventanas yesterday in the rain and they were pretty big.
It was Ventanas.
We loved it. It was pouring, but we had a great time.
Or just get into the cave and you're all
Yeah.
safe.
We left the car upstairs.
We got as far as that river that crosses the road, so we
Yeah,
just
that's right.
parked up the car and walked the rest of the way.
Yeah, I was wondering how you were going to handle that, not having a 4-wheel drive. You probably could have made it, but it was one of those things like if you don't make it,
Right, we thought we'd make it in, but maybe not out.
yeah.
Well,
You got my number on the card if something happens. So
Oh,
Thank
you
you
can,
so much.
you can WhatsApp me. That's my WhatsApp number too.
Oh, perfect. I was actually going to ask you.
Yeah.
It's going to be so hard to go home and watch your lives on my video.
It's a lot better here than watching on.
But it adds some context that you've been here and you've seen the whole place. And,
Yeah.
And you smell the air. And
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of hummingbirds and butterflies here.
You recognized it right away. When we were coming up the hill, I didn't recognize the structure, but you
Well, I also did a good video where I have the drone that comes in from the distance. You can it gives you a really good lay of the land here. Yeah. I've done a few of that. One thing that happens with the lives too is like ambient music. When after the video is uploaded, I get a notice from YouTube that's copyrighted music in the video.
Oh, so you have to edit it out?
There's a lot of when you have a copyright infringement, there's different kinds of things they can do. If you're monetized, which I'm not because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, you can't get revenue from it. But also, if you have somebody else's songs, they reserve the right to put an ad in your video. Yeah, yeah, that's I use royalties. I pay to use a company that has licensing. I license to use the music, and I get almost every time I upload a video, I get a strike saying, "Oh, this is copyrighted music," and then I have to dispute it and say, "No, I've got permission to use this."
Oh, okay.
It's a huge hassle.
Yeah. Is that everybody?
Yeah, we have 10 people on there. Yeah, I stink at multitasking.
Did you tell them all how starstruck I was yesterday? When I saw you in the Mercado.
It is like the mayor of the
Yeah.
Mercado.
That was so exciting.
Everybody looks up to him down there.
I'm just Daynier's personal assistant. I run in clean his coffee equipment and I dump his coffee grounds.
Sorry, we had you too long yesterday. I don't know how long we had you chatting with us. I lost track of time.
Yeah, when I was through that, I needed to change the coffee again. I go, was I talking that long? He made a whole nother pot.
And the other gentleman was really nice too.
Friend Mike,
He's looking at properties. Years ago, I think he's got a child.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was in the Mercado too. So it's just pretty cool.
Mike. Yeah. Mike and Brooke. I almost we're such a couple. It's like Brooke and Mike and Brooke.
Do they ever come here?
Yeah, they're here. But they're up in the mountains, so they don't get down into town as much. It's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
Plus, they love it up there. They don't like to leave. Yeah, they had to spend a month in kind of a resort area, a resort place, and they didn't like it because the person that they're renting from came here and wanted to it was his property. He wanted to stay there for a month, so they had to leave while he was here. So they stayed in a little resort place, like a golf kind of thing, and they didn't like it there. It was too restrictive. Their dog couldn't do anything, and the privacy wasn't there. Señor Dan, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Oh, you can on my list.
well, I've got to text him.
Oh, yeah, you can. You just can't get on the network. The Wi-Fi password Restaurante Dos. That would be your
You know, Doug, my friend Danier makes he's got his own Baileys that he makes with moonshine. So I don't know if you've ever met Danier, but if you come to Uvita, you need to go to El Mercado and check out Danier and his coffee, and maybe he might have some of that special Baileys. Yeah, I use royalty-free music that I license in videos, and about half the time I get a strike, and then I had to it's part of my workflow. I just say, yeah, I've got permission to use this, yada yada yada, click this and click that. So one of the downsides to being along the coast here is Route 34 is right there. So that's what you're hearing it. And I've been gabbing so much, I didn't get a chance to do that. So here's Tostada Francesca. I know I've strayed away from the typical. I'm sorry if I'm not getting to the comments as fast as I should have. Yeah, everybody loves Damir's custom Baileys. You know, one interesting thing I've noticed in Costa Rica, like for instance, when if you get French toast or if you get pancakes in the States, butter is a huge thing. You know, they give you stacks of butter, but here they don't. Butter isn't an option that it's you probably could ask for it, but that's not something that they throw out there like they do in the States. Can people hear okay here? I don't know. I could move to a different spot if if the music is too much. Yeah, butter is expensive here, and it doesn't really seem to taste the same. But it seems like the nature of most of the food here, butter doesn't really go with a lot of the stuff here. I think it. I think in the States, in North America, probably in a lot of places in Europe, we just mindlessly put butter on stuff. It's like, oh yeah, let's put some butter on it. It's like salt, butter, salt, sugar. If it's bad for you, it must be good, right? So maybe that's one of the healthy things about being here. So it's been an extremely busy week. And I've been doing a lot of fun things, so I'm a little bit exhausted mentally and a little bit exhausted physically. The hike I did from when I shot some more footage of Playa Arco, which is a beautiful, beautiful place and a really, really interesting cave there. And I love walking, especially on the beach. So I have no trouble with walking, but I walked all the way from Playa Pinuelos to Ventanas, which is a decent hike. It's nothing huge. And then I explored Ventanas a little bit and shot some video. And I went through the woods to explore the other way to get into Playa Arco. I didn't say Ventanas before, did I? I meant to say Arco. If I said Ventanas, I meant to say Arco. Ventanas also has a cave, but that's not what I'm talking about. So, anyway, I went to the other entrance on the north side of Playa Arco, and it's a hike through the woods, and there's some steep steps that you have to go up, and it goes through the woods some more. You go by a really huge tree that you can go take some selfies with, and then it gets up to a restaurant with a really, really good view. But my friend Carlos was telling me, he goes, yeah, it's muy caro, so it's expensive. But I want to do a live from there. It's I'm going to try to pronounce the name. Akari. somebody will probably correct me on that, but I'll be doing a video on that. So that's what I like about doing videos, because I don't really do a great job of explaining things sometimes. So if I have a video, I can just show people. Great to see you, Lisa. And I know you're busy with your project down there. So most people don't know this, but there's an airport, Puerto Jimenez. Well, Brooke and Mike have finally chimed in. So I've got all my alumni from the Sarah Elena class. I've got Lisa, and I've got Brooke and Mike. My oldest friends in Costa Rica, because we were friends before we all moved to Costa Rica. And that was one of the good things when I did make the move. I already had some built-in networking with my friends that I met on the Facebook group. But it doesn't take long when you get here to meet people, because people just tend to be friendly here in Uvita. I'm not talking, I can't speak for Costa Rica in general, and I don't like to get into stereotypes, but people, I found it very easy to make friends here. I've got a lot of really good, sincere people in my life that I'm very happy, very lucky to have met them. And we were just talking about Mike. Ran into Mike it's Costa Rica Chronicles. It's Brooke and Mike, my old friends from Facebook, and they have a little dog called Buford. So I've got the GoPro doing a time lapse. It'll be interesting to see what it gets. But the skyline does change pretty quick out there. You see a little cloud bank out there that wasn't there before. But last week there was this huge cloud. It looked like a alien mothership coming in. So right now the tide is receding. The high tide was around, I believe, around 5:30 a.m. maybe. I should know because I've got it right on my phone. So high tide was at 5:38 a.m. Low tide is going to be at 11:50 a.m. But even with the tide a little bit high, you can still see the whale tail. And if the tide is on the way down, if, if the tide is on its way out and it's getting close to the low tide, you can actually walk out on the whale tail and get out there. But I wouldn't recommend doing it if I was coming in and walking out on the whale tail, in a little bit of water, because the tide comes in fast sometimes and you could end up getting stranded. So if the tide is on its way out, you can walk out on the whale tail and it's going to, the tide is going to be lower, so it'll be easier for you to get back. But you never want to go out in a situation like that when the tide is on its way in. If it's on its way to getting higher. And one piece of advice also, if you do walk along the whale tail and it's under the water a little bit, and Senior Don, who's on the chat, can attest to this. There's a lot of, the tide moves the sand around, so a lot of times you'll run into spots where you're walking across rocks, which is not always. It's a little bit painful on the feet. It's a little bit painful on the feet sometimes, depending on how tough your feet are. Got some Mono Congo off in the distance. Howler monkey. You hear the howler over there? There's a howler monkey.
Can you see them?
Not usually from here. But do you have howlers where you are? Do you have any howlers this morning?
No.
They move around, so yeah, I have the howlers a lot more than the capuchins. Really?
I don't know what
the monkeys were on our roof.
Yeah.
So I get some sleep.
It's one of those like problems you never thought you'd have. I can't get to sleep. There's a monkey on the roof.
There was good problems.
Yeah. The owner just said make sure you close the doors to the deck when you go out because the people come in.
Yeah, I don't trust those capuchins.
Yeah. They look you straight in the eye, so
Yeah, and they'll get away with what they can get away with.
Yeah.
And they'll eat just about anything.
We'll tell a story.
Oh yeah, the Nutella story. We're going to tell you that story later.
Okay.
You want to tell it now? You tell it better than mine.
Long story short, we went to Mexican Alley. Even though it was very expensive, we purchased a jar of Nutella and we left it on the counter. And I got up in the Airbnb, and I got up the following morning and I went to use it, and it was clearly dug into big time. And Mike was sitting in a chair in the living room area. I said, did you already have some Nutella? And no, or
She was giving me the look like,
and I said, so then we thought, oh my goodness, we had left the doors open for a little while. We figured a monkey came in and pawed the Nutella. We went back to Mexicali and we said, no, people sometimes do that in the store. It happens all the time, and they happily swapped it for us for a jar.
Well, maybe a monkey was in Mexicali.
Maybe it was Mexicali, but it wasn't poor Mike who got falsely accused.
But it's always a good thing. You can blame it on the monkey. I didn't do it. It was the monkey. Keep that one like in the back of your head. I'll just blame it on the monkey.
Exactly. But he said, you know me, I can get a spoon. I would never just take my finger. Yeah. Then it was funny because at first we couldn't figure out what happened, and then so now we know if you go to get peanut butter or Nutella at the store, we spin the cap off and check it.
I get to. I'm trying not to eat as much peanut butter, but I've gotten so. Jif. I used to be a Jif strictly Jif guy, but there's a local peanut butter that's a lot cheaper. And yeah, yeah. And the funny thing is, I had some Jif last time I got Jif, and I saw a thing on Facebook that there was contamination with Jif in the States, and they had the numbers of all the the serial numbers of the peanut butter. And then I looked at my peanut butter here in Costa Rica, and it was like, yeah, I had two expensive jars of that. And I was like, yeah, this was salmonella or whatever happened. And I was like, well, I ate it and I didn't die, so I guess all right. But oh, fancy with the chunks and stuff in it.
Yeah. I was watching your video on the land sites. Did you upload it?
Yeah.
Now I know how I went wrong when I was driving through that area.
Well, you went right because you didn't have to go through the.
I didn't do the roundabout around the land site. I actually went right through it for the.
Yeah, if nobody's stopping you, I mean.
It was raining. It was dark. I was scared.
Yeah.
People don't drive at night time around here.
It is intimidating because things appear in the road that you didn't expect would be there. Like the roadblock that you encountered there, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't gradual. Probably like you're driving along, all of a sudden there's like.
The road disappeared.
Yeah, it's like boom, and there's no like cones that can kind of funnel you into it. It's usually like, okay, we've got a project here, stop or move. It's not like, okay, we're going to gradually let you into here.
Or put a sign up saying caution.
Yeah. I mean, during the day it's manned there, but at night you're on your own.
Yeah.
Another reason why driving at night is so dangerous here. Even on roads that because like with the avalanches and the way the hillsides are, there could have a big rock could come down and be in the road, and you wouldn't see it till the last minute. And there's a lot of people that walk along the road, and a lot of people have no fear. They're just like, I'm just going to walk, and I don't really need to get over. And there'll be cars that don't have lights, a lot of motorcycles without lights. Yeah.
I noticed that in the US, when you start up your motorcycle, the light comes on. There's no way to switch it off. That's just
Yeah.
Here, they just switch them off.
Yeah, you're on your own here. Yeah, that's one thing. Like back in the States, everything is idiot proof. They do everything they can to make sure people don't hurt themselves, because I think it's a lot because of lawsuits and things. But here it's like you have to watch where you're walking, because there's not the strict regulations about sidewalks need to be this and that, and there'll be like for instance on my street there was a huge pit for a long time. It was probably 10 or 15 feet deep, and it had water in the bottom of it, and it was in a parking area, but I'm not sure if they were digging for pipes or whatever, but that was open for about 2 months. It was like, I'm surprised nobody fell into it, but you can run into things like that quite a bit here. And then driving, as you know, you can it's like you never know what you're going to get.
All I remember was when I was driving through the Central Valley, it was dark, and it was this big Toyota 4-wheel drive up my backside.
Yeah.
The lights peering in on top of me, and it was like very intimidating.
Yeah.
And the roads are like 90-degree bends, left, right, left, right. And I'm trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, and steep at the same time. They're like these 90-degree turns, super duper steep, and you're never sure what the road surface is going to be. And then you're never sure when is my turn coming up next, and am I lost? Do I want to make sure that I make it okay? I can't say I often get lost on the way to San Jose, because between Uvita and San Jose there's a roundabout.
Yeah.
And I use Waze, and Waze will say take your second right or left, and I'm in the roundabout, and I'll see a road. I go, well, does this road qualify as as a road. So do I count this road in there? Because there'll be like little things that maybe they're not a road. So yeah, sometimes I'll get lost. But Waze is good. Waze always helps me get back to where I belong. But yeah, well, we get visited by monkeys here once in a while. There was one time I can't see it. I saw the bushes moving. That made me think. I don't know. I don't think it is a monkey, but I did a live once, and they were in that tree there. The Casablancas. Oh, orb weaver. So if you're just tuning in, we're live here from Restaurante Don Roger, right outside of Uvita, and we're looking at the whale tail. And low tide or high tide was it's 5:38 this morning, and you're probably noticing a variety of ambient noise here. We've got in the far distance is a monocondo. We got a monkey howling in the distance, and we got some music here. We've got the ocean, and we've got Route 34, and then we've just got the regular restaurant ambient noise. So this, you hear that howler monkey. I don't know if you can hear it or not. But this is the Costa Rica I know. It's just a little bit of everything. There's a howler monkey right down there. Let's see. We just hopped, but there's a branch right down there that the sunlight is on, like in between the clearing. It was a little one, little howler.
The noise they make is incredible. Like such a good impersonation.
I did a video of howler near my house, and it was funny because he was starting to do his howling, and he couldn't quite get it howl out, and then he went kind of moved his head a little bit, and then he spit a seed out, and then after that he could do it. It must have been a fleeting glimpse. He was on that tree that's leaning. He was.
Exactly. I was trying to keep my eyes open. We went to a restaurant with a great overlooking over Chow last night, just for about half an hour, and there were lots of monkeys in the food court.
What restaurant was that?
I think it's called the Bamboo Lounge or something. What was last name? Bamboo Lounge.
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of bands there, I think.
Yes, exactly. The guy there, Johan, was really nice, and he said he had just missed the band on Monday, and there was another one coming Friday, but we assumed we'd be gone by Sunday. He recommended the bamboo forest that you told us about.
And there's a little swimming hole there too.
Yes,
it's fun.
That's right.
So there, at in the bamboo forest, right in the middle of the bamboo forest, there's a little swimming hole.
Oh, I see the monkey. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. The monkeys definitely take precedent in the conversation. That's.
But yeah, there's a swimming hole.
There's a swimming hole there, and but beyond the bamboo forest, across the river again, there's a really nice swimming hole, and that's where I did the video on the hidden waterfall.
Oh right.
And I get a little bit of trouble for that because there's a guy that he owns all the land on both sides of the road all the way through there, and he actually is a good kind of it's a good caretaker of the land. At the time, I didn't realize
And he was, because he didn't want a bunch of tourists coming in there and ruining everything.
Yeah.
And basically said, if a lot of people come in there, I'm just going to put up a sign and tell people not to go there because how things get loved to death, like Yosemite and places like that.
Yeah.
It's something to do.
Was that the video that you edited them so that it didn't show how to get there, right?
Yeah. And I was so proud of that video. It took me so long. I had hours and hours into that, and I was like, well, I can make the best of it. And I definitely saw the point they were making.
Right.
Like even in this last video I'm doing on Playa Arco, I show how to get there. I'm like, well, is this a good idea to be showing more people how to get there? But I don't have that many subscribers on Facebook, so not that many people are paying attention. Yeah. But yeah, I was, I have a Sika friend of mine who's saying, she said, it's a really special beach for me and my family. She's commenting on my photos I was taking, so I'm thinking, it's a lot of the places are special here, so you want people coming in there that are respectful.
Right.
But as I always say, the subscribers to my channel are kind of, I'm saying kind of again.
Oh, you said it. Yeah.
But more, I don't know, more down to earth people. I think it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the masses. It's kind of saying it again. I need to put a rubber band on.
I say it as much as you want.
But yeah, it makes me sound like I'm not confident. I am confident, but so anyway, yeah, it's a cool beach. Are you guys gonna go to visit that beach?
Yeah, I had it marked on my Facebook.
And earlier this week, Playa Pinuelos was free. We didn't have to go in because there was an issue with the bathroom.
Oh, right.
I was like, okay, I'm happy not to pay the almost $7 with tax, to go in. And that's one of the downsides of Uvita is you have to pay to go to the beach unless you're a resident. And then if you stay here long enough and you're a resident and you're over 65, then you don't have to pay at all. But when I do lives, my coffee always gets cold. In real life, my coffee never gets cold. So I'm real happy to see the restaurant. It's hustling and bustling today. There's a lot of people coming in to enjoy the view.
I just observed the guy, the sun fading the goats. He's got a ton more up the hill.
Oh, does he? I didn't realize that. Oh, that's a beef.
Oh, I saw it. You said they don't sing, right?
I'm not. This one might. I'm not sure, but we won't take any chances. I don't know if that's a stingless one or not. Yeah, I don't mind them in the water as long as they don't get into my coffee.
So that rooster tends to stay put. I noticed.
Yeah, I don't know. There's two of them down there now. Today there's two of them.
Yeah.
So we jokingly have been referring to the roosters, Don Roger the rooster, but I have a feeling there's a rotation. They've made their way into a stew or whatever.
Oh my God.
So they've had to trim the cactus a little bit because it grows so fast. So there's a turn right down there coming down the hill, and it seems like lately there's been accidents there where something will just go around the turn and tip over. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't remember there being accidents there before. Maybe it's think it's a full moon or something. I don't know.
I did notice a car wreck
Oh yeah,
right up the road there. So it looked pretty bad.
yeah, yeah. I think. Is it that way or this way? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's that way.
Yeah, that was just last week. I was afraid to read the story on that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't look good, right?
No. It's so many motorcycle accidents here. You know.
There is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've seen how motorcycles drive here. They've got their own imaginary lane between the lanes.
Sure, yeah.
And that's one thing I had to get used to when I first moved here. It's like, okay, if a motorcycle comes, give them some slack because it's just pretty much accepted that they're going to be weaving in and out. And, yeah. You can rent a four-wheeler. I'm not sure about a motorcycle, but I'm not sure about the licensing. As a tourist, you're allowed to do certain things, but if you're not a tourist, you have to have either a U.S. Motorcycle license. Do you have oh, so you're golden, I think. Those e-bikes are really popular now. Yeah. How long do they go on a battery? Wow. Yeah.
I find that I go much further because I get onto the hills with really hard hills.
Yeah.
And I see a lot more like harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't ridden my bike in about 5 days, and it makes me. I get this guilt. I'm like, I got to ride my bike. But I did that huge hike the other day, so I'm kind of like, I did my workout.
It seems like a motorcycle is the perfect way to get around locally.
Yeah, but for just around town, a bicycle's perfect. But if you need to get to like Minical or Ocachel,
Yeah.
it's good. And for the back roads, it's good too. If you get out like an on-road, off-road trip, bike,
Yeah.
like a Harley, it would be like maybe not so much. But I mean, if you had a Harley, it would be nice to cruise this to San Jose. It would be a nice drive. And sometimes you'll see like low-ride cars. Where do they drive those? It's really limited, you know, with the really low-profile tires and no clearance.
Yeah.
Like in San Ysidro, I'll see some cars like that there. I guess they never leave town. They're always right in town. Yeah.
I saw a truck the other day with Florida lights on it. Like, did you drive that? Or?
I don't know. Yeah, and there are people that do that drive, but a lot of people do the shipping. And I was talking to, there's a company called Get It Here Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they shipped a pallet for me, and I didn't pack it that well. I just wanted my computer, my workstation in Costa Rica because I was working from a laptop, and I said this isn't going to cut it, with video editing and things. But I talked to him about importing cars, and he says there's a sweet spot, like the age of the car, like you don't want it too old, and you don't want it to be, like ancient. So like somewhere in the middle, you can import a car, and it ends up being a good value. Like he does it as an investment. He go buy a car in the States and he'll sell them here. And once in a while, you'll see them in front of the place there. But I've been meaning to do a video on that project there too. That's interesting. The whole process of shipping a pallet, and everybody's interested in that. If you're moving here anyway. But I sold most of my stuff. As you saw the video, I've actually got rid of most of my stuff. It's tough to sell stuff. I had 3 levels: sell stuff, give away stuff, and then throw away stuff. Yeah, and that last one's tough. I mean, you have to throw away things that are perfectly fine, but I can't just abandon it here.
I remember your video where you just had like 2 suitcases left in your house.
Yeah.
And you walked out, you locked the door, and I'm like, Must be a strange feeling for you.
Yeah, you know, it was. And it's a strange feeling when I drive past there,
Yeah,
when I go visit family.
it's like you're switching off a complete chapter of your life.
Yeah, it was good. That video was it was really good closure for me. Because, yeah, I lived there a long time. So it's strange now that when I think of home, I don't think of that anymore at all. It's really strange.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get attached to places too. So where I am, maybe part of the reason why I haven't moved because I like where I am. It's not. I mean, I don't. So many people I know have a view like this in Costa Rica. When you move to Costa Rica, that's kind of what you're thinking. Okay, I'm going to be living in a place with a beautiful view, maybe by the beach. But I'm in the middle of the jungle. I don't see sunsets or sunrises or anything. But I like my landlord, and
You're a creature of habit.
I am a creature of habit. But I need to force myself out of my comfort zone in a lot of ways. But just like I say this constantly, but just the exploring in Costa Rica, I need to get out of the southern zone and see some things. Part of my excuse is I've been looking for that sidekick, and I was telling you before I met that girl over in San Isidro. I thought, oh, this is perfect. She checks all the boxes, and she seemed really interested. And next thing you know, I'm ghosted. So.
Tell us more about her. Was she from a Florida or was she?
No, she's from San Isidro. She's lived in San Isidro all her life.
Okay.
But she speaks really, really good English. And for me, that's such a liberating thing because so many people I've dated don't speak English at all, and it's a translator all the time. There's different degrees. Some people, if I speak slowly, they can understand what I'm saying, but I tend to ramble off and start talking fast again. And they're like, no entiendo, like despacio. But my life would be so much richer here if I could speak the language like you can. I don't know. I'm trying. I guess I need to have that positive attitude. So people tell me like, don't think like you can't do it. Think like you're gonna do it. Yeah. But it's good having friends that speak English and Spanish. Like my friend Daniel, because I always ask him like to clarify things, and he's explaining like different phrases and what that means. And, sí.
I know you said on a prior last week that you never know people. She could be in the hospital, right?
Yeah, that actually happened. Yeah, it actually happened with one when I dated. She was a friend, but I still keep in contact with her. But yeah, I think maybe she just there's a book or movie you're just not into it. So maybe that was it. I don't know. But yeah, you have to go by what people, how they act, not what they say. That's a lesson I've learned later in life, especially in the dating scene.
Yeah.
But I always tell my friend Daniel, I said, you're so lucky because he met his wife when he was, I think he was in his teens or early 20s. And they've been together 15, 16 years. So that's pretty incredible. He's a blast. He's a good mentor.
Yeah.
And he's got such a good attitude. You know, when you talk to some people and then afterwards you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I spent time talking and now I have this dark cloud over me. Like when you talk to Daniel, it's like you just gives you that little bit of energy.
Yeah.
And that, like, I'm always hoping that it's reciprocal, that he feels good after hanging out with me for a while.
But I guess there's so much to explore here. I mean,
There is.
it's been quite a while.
Well, I still haven't done zip lines here. I still haven't done the Survey River tour. And there's a few other things that I need to get videos done. As far as the guide situation, the video guides through the area. And I had an ambitious idea to do videos of all the hotels here, but there's so many hotels here. There's got to be over 100 of them. Because there's so many little casitas. A lot of restaurants will have places you can stay.
Yeah.
But the place I hiked to from Arco, Carreria, whatever that restaurant is near. Yeah, how would you pronounce that? Aracari. Yeah, you make it sound simple. Aracari. The restaurant, of course, is Aracari, and Aracari's got like a really spectacular view, and they've got a couple of casitas that are right with a view of the ocean, so it's pretty amazing. So it's definitely worth exploring down there. The local pedal.
Yeah, we can when we were coming back from our hotel, I think that was on the left-hand side, maybe before,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's just right down the road from here.
Yeah, right. The gentleman we met yesterday said there's 2 days before it's near the waterfall. He knows the order of the upper one on the left. How we describe it.
2 bamboo forts?
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure I remember exactly how he explained it. I just remember saying that we were approaching the falls. There'd be a higher bamboo forest on the left and a lower bamboo forest. He said, I know the family owns the one on the left, so I could recommend that. He didn't think the other one was not good. He just said, I only know the family.
Did he say forest or waterfall?
Oh, he said the forest, I thought I took the either side of the waterfall.
I'm not sure what he's talking about because when you go past into, are you talking about the big waterfall? So are you looking for the big waterfall that you pay to go in? Because there's that one's up the hill. Like you go past Indomitos and you hang a left and go up the hill, and it's like $2 to go in. Oh, I know what he's talking about. There's 2 different. Yeah, for the official name of that waterfall is Cascada Verde.
Yes, that's one.
Yeah, that's a different bamboo forest that I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm glad we figured this out.
Yeah. So there's 2 entrances to that. There's an entrance that's before the Uvita beer garden on the right. And then just up the road a little bit, there's another entrance, and they've got a little bar there, and you go down. I think you've got to go down some more steep steps to get down there. But there's a lot of little swimming holes all through there. But the water level is pretty low compared to, it's not super low, but compared to the green season. And there's also, if you go to the first entrance, there's a butterfly garden. And they've got, I'm not sure right now, but sometimes it's just full of blue morphos, which is kind of amazing. Yeah, it's Thursday, and you got all day Friday, or you got a? And you don't want to be driving at night either.
Right. Well, we already failed that mission.
Twice now. So.
I told you we were coming down 243 and it was dark and we took turn, and I said, I told us not to be on this road.
Well,
Too late now.
but at least you're mentally prepared so you didn't freak out. That's like a lot of it's like, okay, it's going to be, the potential would be scary, but you do it.
The clouds just move in, and you're in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The road to San Isidro, it seems like every time I go to San Isidro, it'll be like on a sunny day, I come back in the afternoon, you get towards the top and you're in a rainstorm. You're right up in the middle of the clouds, then you get back down and it's dry again. But driving at night, it's tough, and driving at 81 or 82 probably Fahrenheit. Good morning, Cynthia from Washington. February's I think that's Envision Fest. I'm not sure when. I've never been here for Envision. They haven't had Envision for the last 2 years. Yeah, most of my friends aren't too thrilled about it, but it's not super great for businesses. They don't see much from it. So I don't know. There's thousands of people that come in and visit there. There's thousands of them.
Ever check it out? I guess it motion took place right on.
It was canceled the last 2 years for COVID, so I haven't experienced what it's like. It's one of those things. My personal opinion, it's just a super duper overpriced thing. It's like $1,000 for 5 days, 5-day ticket. So my impression of it, I'll probably offend some people here, is there's a bunch of young people that have their parents pay for them to come to this festival.
Yeah,
I know
that's what I pictured.
that's probably I'm probably offending. Well, my demographic isn't that young, so maybe it wouldn't offend people. But it's just like I can't imagine somebody that lives here paying to go to it. And there's a lot. I'm sure there's some good things with it. There's music and there's healing and there's dancing, but there's also just a lot of people getting high, and I think a lot of people go there to get high and get naked. So I think that's my impression. I've done pretty good where usually if I do a live and I say something stupid, I usually just delete the live and don't leave it up for a replay. So far I think I've been okay. I haven't said anything too awfully stupid or offensive. Well, I think I'm borderline with the Envision. This town is going to be like with all those extra people there. And I'm not sure what the number of people that attend that is. Yes, we do have visitors here. Can I get you guys to introduce yourselves again?
In case you're just tuning in, we've got some visitors, and
I'm Mike from originally from Ireland, but living in New Jersey. Came down here because of Ed's videos. He got me interested in Uvita and enjoying it. Thank you.
Meg just tagging along with Mike. Very happy to be here with Ed. Been watching him for a long time.
yeah, so we ran into each other at El Mercado yesterday. And it was interesting. We had a long conversation, and they got to meet Daynir and have some of Daynir's coffee. So yeah, it's cool running into people that know you and you don't really know, but that now we know we're friends here, and we're here having. I haven't finished my breakfast. I've been talking so much, I haven't finished my breakfast here. So I'm going to throw you out to the view just a little bit, and then because I'm going to end on the view of the ocean instead of my ugly face here.
I have the healthy part of my meal yet.
I love papaya.
And I really never had a lot of that fruit. So I never had papaya until I got here. I never had mango before I got here.
Yeah.
And the last one I made, I put some passion fruit in it, and I'm not sure if that made it bitter or not. You wouldn't think it would, but it tasted a little bit bitter. But I never had passion fruit before. It was kind of interesting to eat that.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of frog eggs or something.
Yeah. I think that's the last two weeks. On our way out of town last week.
Oh yeah. So Ed, this page that we're looking at, proud of the is that accessible? Or how do you get to it?
there's three entrances straight down that would be invisible. There's,
Yeah.
Have you been to Whale Tail yet?
No.
Oh,
Tried to go this morning.
be the perfect. Like if you left,
Oh, that worked out.
like if you left, like be there like a little early, like shoot for 11. That way it's like kind of unveiling, so you get a little bit more time. But there's a lot of nice shade right down at the point.
Yeah.
Because when you're out there, by the time you're ready to go back, you're like, I need to get out of the sun. So, and that's such a relief to be there right at the edge there. And that's where there's a little trail that goes into the jungle. So that's what I would, if I was recommending to go there, I would say walk on the beach out to the Whale Tail and get that experience. And on the way back, hike the little trail through the woods because it takes you out of the sun. Plus, there's like little groves of coconut trees and stuff. And it's cool through there.
So that's all I've got for this live edition of Costa Rica Story. You're here from Don Roger Restaurante. Make sure you like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, but most importantly, share this video with a friend. And don't forget to watch the video in the description below that talks about this restaurant and gives you the full lay of the land, and also the new video of the drone video of the roadblock on 243 between Dominical and San Isidro. All right, hasta luego. I think.